meeting. We're going to start the formal meeting in just a few minutes. I just want to say welcome. My name is Marlo Dickman. I'm president of the Board of Education. We are so happy to have you here tonight. Having our Eagle Scouts is really one of the high points of the year to hear about your projects and everything. So thank you so much for being here. And thank you for parents, friends, teachers, everyone who's here to support the Suffern Central School District and our guests tonight. So Sharuk, how are we doing back there? We're good? Are we live? Yeah. Okay, great. All right. So we are now resuming the regular meeting of the Suffern Central School District Board of Education for Tuesday, June 16th, 2026. May the record reflect that all board members are present except for Roxanne Bryan, who I believe will still be joining us this evening. And at this point, we are going to begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, normally I would go to student board member report, but once again, they skedaddled. Okay. So we're going to move on to 1.08, which is the minutes of the regular meeting of June 2nd, 2026. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the minutes? Do I have a motion to accept the minutes? Mr. Frazier, second. Mr. Shapiro, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, superintendent's comments.
Thank you very much, everyone. First of all, I want to give a huge congratulations to our girls lacrosse team, who once again, 4th out of 5, the 5 last years, made it to the state Final Four, had an incredible season. Didn't quite make it to the championship game, but I had the opportunity to witness the game. They fought with all their heart and really represented the district extremely well up at SUNY Cortland. We had a tremendous turnout for our boys and girls track teams, spring track teams up at the state competition. Our one girls relay team came in 6th in the state. And of course, we have our repeat 4x400 relay team on the boys side, who came away as state champions over the weekend. So a huge congratulations for them. It's a big, incredible accomplishment to win a state championship once, but then to win it twice, all in the same year in 2 different track events. Just tremendous job. Lots of great stuff going on. I don't want to steal Joy's thunder, but I had the opportunity to be at the high school this afternoon, witnessing all the smiling faces from students as they had their last quote unquote normal day. Seniors having folks sign yearbooks. I had the opportunity to sign a couple of yearbooks. Nothing brings you back to high school and your own graduation than when students are giving you a yearbook to sign and to wish them all the best. And it's just great to see how many students take such pride in having been here in Suffern, whether it's for a short period of time or a long period of time. They all exude Mountie pride, and today was a great reflection of that. So it was a really nice day up at the high school. Elementary schools have been engaged in Olympic days, lots of activities. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to see the Olympic Day at Montebello down in the field. They had an absolutely glorious day. The weather was beautiful, lots of smiling faces, screaming and yelling for their classmates who are running around the track for Olympic Day. Just another great example of wonderful things happening for our students here in the district. I have the distinct pleasure this evening of recognizing and honoring 3 different groups. I'd like to start off with Mr. Carl Brabernack. If you'd like to come up to the podium. So State Assemblyman Carl Brabernack represents our district in the State Assembly, or at least a good portion of our district in the State Assembly. And along with Darrell Frazier, who's played an instrumental role in speaking with our Assemblyman, we have been given the great good fortune of receiving a bullet aid check that he is going to present here tonight to us. So thank you very much. Would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, great.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. And Mr. Superintendent, Madam President, and board members. It's always great to make these presentations because sometimes Albany actually returns our tax money back to where it belongs. So I'm very, very proud to present tonight a bullet aid check for Suffern Central for $20,000. And what bullet aid is, every year in the state budget, the legislature and the governor, they put this in the budget. It's called bullet aid, and it's extra aid to help out school districts or libraries. So we, as legislators, get every year a certain amount of money to give out or give back to the district. We spoke with Dr. Gunderson, and he had said, we have a great need for some extra cash flow coming in for some projects, and I know this money is going to go to good use. So congratulations and great job to all the board members as well. Thank you very much. Yes, definitely. We also have one other thing. We have a lot of Mountie pride here too. So we have a state assembly proclamation for the Suffern High School hockey team for its third consecutive state championship. So congratulations, go Mounties.
Get the board members up for the picture with the big check.
You want to go over here?
Yeah. You want one for yourself. Come on, go. All right, let's get board in there.
Yes.
Check. That's not a bounce check. Yeah, hopefully. Thank you very much. Yeah. What's next up on the list? All right. Thank you very much to the Assemblyman for that great contribution to our district. I'm going to go ahead and celebrate our Eagle Scouts, and we have 4 Eagle Scouts to celebrate this year in the district. Just an absolutely tremendous accomplishment, right? Folks understand and recognize the honor that goes along with receiving the award of Eagle from the Boy Scouts of America. And I would like to highlight a little bit of their work. And I'm going to ask each of the Eagle Scout recipients to come up to the microphone, pose for a quick picture, and also talk a little bit about your project here. So would Mr. Ben Courtney please come up? Congratulations. Mr. Ben Courtney was engaged in the reconstruction of the American Legion Post 859's back deck. You can see the before picture on the left and the after picture. And most folks understand that along with all the other work that goes into becoming an Eagle Scout, there's typically a community-focused project that takes place. And Ben, would you like to go ahead and describe a little bit about what the project is all about?
Sure, I'd love to. So a few years ago, the American Legion, their back deck was in disrepair, and it came to our forefront when the commander had to kill a snake because he got in between the planks. And old commanders don't like killing snakes, so we got to work to remedy that. The first thing that we did was demolish the old board. We took out all of our old wooden planks and revealed a concrete slab underneath. From there, we excavated around it to lay that Belgian block, which you can see. Then we did a wet concrete pour afterwards to give it that nice clean finish and make sure it was no slip. After that, we just did some tiny beautification. We gave them a new bench. We redid their post box. We rewrapped vinylly with the wooden posts, and then we built a collapsible shelf. Now it's a lot safer and it looks a lot prettier for them. So it was a pretty successful project. We also had the support of over 30 volunteers, accumulating for 260 work hours. So it was a whole team effort, and it was a great showing from the Suffern community. So we really appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm going to give you this. We'll pose for the group photo in a second. Wrong certificate. Brandon, would you please come forward? Brandon Maruzik. Let's give him a round of applause. Brendan, another incredible individual here at Suffern High School who was engaged in the work around the Suffern Free Library. It's an incredible story walk that is going to benefit all those who visit the back of the library. Take a little stroll out from the nice, relaxing areas of the library to get a little breath of fresh air and go ahead and experience the walk. Brandon, would you like to give a little bit of a description?
So I got this idea from the Miss Jennifer, who is the director of the children's section at the library. I've spent a lot of time there, so when thinking for my Eagle Scout project, this was the first thing that came to mind. It basically consists of 10 of those boards you can see there, all going around the walkway. And so we installed the posts and we made the boards ourselves, all from scratch. And basically, they are for the children's program and for any families who would like to come along. They can walk around and read the story, which gets replaced every few months. And that way, they can enjoy reading while also being outside and getting their activity in.
Would Taryn McCarter please come up? So Taryn's work was focused around the Sloatsburg pool, specifically the sign for the Sloatsburg pool, as well as improving the lifeguard storage cubbies. Taryn, would you like to give a little bit of an overview?
So for the village pool, I got the idea from multiple village residents and our own Mayor Fraser for suggesting that a sign would look amazing at our pool and improve the signage of the village. And on top of that, I had the idea of having cubbies for the lifeguards, since so many people keep putting their stuff on the floor, and on top of that, it just makes it a whole lot confusing of whose bag it is. So with the help of one of our village residents, Mr. Zaro, I assembled the cubbies with him and some of our fellow scouts. And in total, we got around 10 to 15 volunteers to help out with the cubbies, which is awesome.
And last but certainly not least, Matthew Posner, can you please come up? Matthew's work was focused on a 9/11 memorial at Ramapo Town Hall. So for all of you, and I know that the Ramapo Town Hall is frequented quite often, make sure you go over and take a look at this incredible work that he did along with fellow scouts and folks from the community. Would you like to give a little bit of an overview?
So originally at the town hall, what they had was that beam, which is part of the South Tower of the World Trade Center. They got an I-beam. They had it in a plastic glass case that had been there for 25 years. And with the 25th anniversary of 9/11 coming up, it was only fitting that it would get a nice beautification. We based the design off of a memorial that cost around $300,000 in the town of Tallahassee in Florida, where they had an 11-foot beam. So using our beam, we created two towers. The beam is laid in a way where the end of the beam that is cracked is pointing towards the World Trade Center. This project required a lot of construction work. Building those towers was one of the most difficult processes I've ever had to do. And it required around 215 hours and a lot of work. So And for the 25th anniversary of 9/11, I invite all of you to come to the ceremony at the Town Hall. Remapo will do a beautiful dedication and honor the lives of those we've lost.
Thank you.
I'm going to ask the board members to come on up for a photo with our Eagle Scouts. And as the board comes up and our students, if you guys want to go to the center right there, just a great testament to how personal the work is for all of the students, whether it's a connection to their local community activity, veterans organizations, a public library, and a memorial for those who were lost on 9/11. Just really touching to see how these students aren't just engaged in a random project or a project that needs some work, but it's something that is meaningful to them. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry. People would think I'm happy. Tell it the way it is, Judy.
And the last group that we're going to acknowledge this evening was really a group of students and staff members who came together to rally for an organization that is very special to our community. These students called themselves and the event A Night to Nourish. And it was a wonderful example of how our young generation right now, as they're growing into adulthood, are recognizing the struggles that people have in our society, in their local communities. And don't just sit by and think, well, maybe I'll see if I can personally donate. But instead, they went out and rallied our entire community. They set social media abuzz. They had their fellow students getting excited about this. They went to businesses to fundraise, and they promoted the great work of the community food pantry. They partnered with the Rotary Foundation, a wide variety of different mayors and councils to really bring attention to what food insecurity means for the Suffern Central community. When I look over to our blueprint and I see how important our blueprint emphasizes that connection between school and community, this was probably one of the most impressive organizations to rally a group of students to engage in that type of partnership between school and community. I'd like to play an audio clip from the New York State School Boards Association, who their organization recognized the great work of our students and our adults. And as a result, they wanted to present a Culture of Caring Award. Unfortunately, they weren't able to be here this evening. They wanted to be here to present this certificate, but they did provide us with an audio clip. And we didn't want this to go into the summer or into next year because we know we're going to be losing some students to life after high school. So we wanted to acknowledge these students this evening.
Good evening, Superintendent Gunderson, President Dickman, Vice President Hodge, board members, administration, staff, students, and parents. I'm so sorry that I cannot be with you in person tonight due to 3 conflicts this evening, one of which is a final class of a course I'm taking. For tonight's presentation, my role is that of Area 10 Director of the New York State School Boards Association, otherwise known as NSBA, representing Rockland, Westchester, and Putnam counties. I'm the liaison between the school boards of these counties and NSBA. I'm completing my 19th year on the White Plains School Board and my 7th year on the Southern Westchester BOCES Board of Education. I also serve as an ex officio member on the Rockland County School Boards Association, where I have the pleasure of collaborating with your board member, Paul Shapiro. As many of you may recall, I had the pleasure of presenting the Suffern Central School District with the Champions of Change Award last year for your 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens program, Leader and Me. Tonight, you're receiving a different award from NISBA. Very briefly, for those who may not be familiar with NISBA, it is the New York State organization that provides leadership to our school boards through advocacy, information, and programs. NISBA established the Culture of Caring Award to recognize and celebrate good deeds, acts of kindness, social and emotional support, charity, self-directed initiatives, and leadership that positively impact districts and community culture. NISBA believes that the Suffern Central School District's work to support a Night to Nourish event to benefit the community food pantry is worthy of such recognition. We understand that a group of your high school students through the Suffern High School Nourish Project raised $40,000 for the pantry and coordinated the annual A Night to Nourish fundraiser involving local businesses and spreading the word in creative ways. On behalf of NISBA President Chris Schnars and Executive Director Bob Schneider, we're excited to present a Culture of Caring Award to the Suffern Central School District for your support of A Night to Nourish and your fundraising initiative. The certificate reads, "This NISBA recognition is presented to Suffern School District for the care and thoughtfulness shown by your students and staff by organizing the Night to Nourish event and raising $40,000 to support the community food pantry. Your contribution to a positive district and community culture is to be commended and celebrated." Please join me on behalf of NISBA in applauding all of you in the Suffern Central School District who have contributed to and who have made this program possible. Congratulations again to the board for your service in supporting your students in this impactful way, and thank you also for your membership in NISBA.
If our student and staff who were involved in the Night to Nourish could come up for a group photo with the Board of Education, and I'll present the plaque. Love to see this plaque be presented at the high school so that future Nights to Nourish and future school/community organizations and fundraisers can be motivated by your example. Great job. Come on up. And as I conclude my remarks, I just want to thank all of our students, their parents, their advisors for being involved in all the great work, whether it's Night to Nourish, Eagle Scout Awards, and anything else that you're doing for our school community as a whole. I want to thank you for your contributions. You are going to be well suited and propelled in a very positive direction as you leave Suffern High School. And for a number of you, you're going to be back next year, and we're super excited about that as well. Thus concludes my superintendent's report.
All right, thank you very much. I would also like to reiterate Dr. Gunderson's comments on behalf of the board. What's so remarkable about Suffern students is they're so good at noticing the gaps in our society where people need help, but it's not necessarily visible to everyone, but it's visible to our students. So whether it's the Night to Nourish or the Period Project or the Eagle Scouts helping in our community to put up signage or just, whatever people need to make their lives a little bit easier and make their work a little bit better. We thank you so much for putting forth the effort, for committing, and to seeing all of these projects through. Okay, and now we have a little bit of a bittersweet evening because I'm going to recall the student board member report with our rock star ex officio board member, Joy Yin, who is here for her final student board member report.
Like Mr. Gunderson mentioned, today was the last day of class for Suffern High School before Regents exams, which will run for the next 2 weeks, so students will only come in if they are testing that specific day. This Thursday is the senior prom at the Pearl River Hilton, and next Tuesday, the 23rd, is the clap out, which means seniors will return to elementary schools and then are clapped out by the younger students. Graduation is next Thursday, the 25th. Outside of the high school at R.P. Connor, tomorrow is the district's pre-K graduation ceremony. We'd like to congratulate our littlest Mounties and their families. Thursday afternoon, the school will have an afternoon of play. Last week, R.P. Connor celebrated Flag Day and surprised Principal Benatti with a school send-off assembly. At Sloatsburg, students participated in a Flag Day assembly and community policing event this past Friday. The program began with members of the Sloatsburg Legion and former Mayor Wright speaking to students about the history and significance of Flag Day. Throughout the day, students visited with guests from the Rockland County Sheriff's Department and the Ramapo Police Department across campus. Highlights included interactive demonstrations with the motorcycle, mounted, and K-9 divisions, as well as a special story time read by an officer. It was a memorable, meaningful, and patriotic day for the entire school community. At Montebello last week, incoming third graders visited the building to tour the school and meet their new teachers. They even planted flowers in the new school garden. Montebello also had a fun and successful Olympic Day on Monday. In Cherry Lane, incoming third graders also toured their new school last week, asking questions to current fifth graders about the school and going on a scavenger hunt to learn about important places. The Cherry Lane Olympic Day was held last week and was a fun, full day with our families. This middle school is hosting algebra and biology regents this week, and their in-house 8th grade awards and dance are next Wednesday, and the school is looking forward to graduation next Thursday at 1 p.m. Lastly, all elementary schools and the middle school have early dismissal half days next week. Thank you.
Joy, thank you so much. Good luck next year. We're going to miss you. Come back and see us. You know where to find us. Tuesdays, 7:30. First and third Tuesdays of the month. But we wish you and our also ex officio board member, Robbie Schwartz, the best. It's been a pleasure having you with us this year.
Thanks so much.
Okay, and I also want to thank Assemblyman Brabenek for that $20,000 giant check, which is not that easy to get into the ATM, but when there's a will, there's a way. So thank you also for getting us this extra aid. It will certainly be very welcome, and we'll use every dollar of it. And now we are going to move on to public participation. Public participation is on action items only. This is our first session of public comment. Action items are on our agenda at 2.01 through 2.18. Is there anyone who is here to speak on an action item? Okay, looks like not, so we're going to close that portion of the meeting. And before I ask for a consent agenda, is there any item that any board member would like to pull?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
2.05.
2.05, okay. Anything else? Okay. At this time, the chair would request a motion for a consent agenda to approve action items 2.01 through 2.04 and 2.06 through 2.18. Is there a motion? Mrs. Hodge, second. Mr. Andert, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, for item number 2.05, do I have a motion? Mr. Donnelly, second. Second. Mr. Shapiro, discussion.
My only comment to this is my opposition to the inherent structure of action item 2.05 and the agreements.
Okay. Any other comment?
I'm sorry, Roxanne, could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
I said I'm opposed to the inherent structure of the agreements.
Okay, thank you very much. We are now going to vote on item 2.05, which is the 2026-2027 employment agreements. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is there anyone opposed? Ms. Bryan, any abstentions? Okay. Then we are going to move on to our second public participation section. This is on any district-related business. If anyone is here to speak about any district-related business, please approach the lectern. Please keep your comments to 3 minutes. Please give us your name, and also please do not mention anyone in the district by name, whether it's staff, student, teacher, administrator. Is there anybody who's here to speak on any district-related business? Okay, all right. You're next.
Okay. My stuff. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm sorry. I have a lot of stuff with me. Okay, so I'm going to just pass this around because I know I can't mention people by name, but I want you to get a clear picture of what I'm going to be speaking about tonight. My name is Amy McKenzie, and I'm an employee and a parent in the district. My oldest son graduated in 2024, and I currently have an 8th grader, Rory. Rory was the baby we waited years for. He made his arrival a week early, weighing 11 pounds and 23.5 inches. He was all smiles and cuddles. He was walking and talking at 9 months. He zipped through the rooms at his daycare with each milestone he met. At 4 years old, he started to display some odd behaviors like eating rocks and wet paper towels. He was flapping, spinning, scripting, and hoarding items. Then he stopped making eye contact, stopped playing with others and family, and he stopped speaking. My baby boy was gone. He was diagnosed with childhood disintegrative disorder. It is a rare condition characterized by late onset of developmental delays in language, social function, and motor skills. It affects between 1 and 2 children in 100,000. It is the rarest and most severe form of autism. With the help of the district, we were able to get him into a preschool that met his needs. 4 hours a day of ABA therapy, art therapy, music therapy, equine therapy, you name it, we did it. He had to attend the kindergarten screening even though we knew he was not going to attend Cherry Lane. He hid under the table, threw himself on the ground, cried uncontrollably, and ran out the door. He was a runner. I remember sitting in my car crying as I watched my friends happily walking into the building with their children. I wanted so badly for him to attend school with his older brothers. Rory went on to attend schools in Nanuet and in Clarkstown for grades K to 3. A chance encounter led me back to Cherry Lane, where we visited the foundation's classroom. I was in awe. I immediately called the district and asked if Rory could attend in the fall. We knew it was going to be a stretch and a lot of work, but it felt right. From day one, Rory was beaming with pride that he was going to the school where his brothers attended. He fit in perfectly. The staff and students not only accepted, but they embraced Rory. They welcomed his quirkiness, idiosyncrasies, and even his love of penguins. He participated in holiday concerts, Olympic days, field trips, assemblies, and after-school programs. All of the events that most parents take for granted and might even dread attending. As the years progressed, he started to come back. Little by little, he would leave his world and come back to ours. At first for a short amount of time, and then gradually increasing in frequency and duration. I could ask him about his day and he would respond. He would tell me how he rode scooters in gym, drew pictures in art, or played instruments in music class. To be honest, I don't remember him having art or music in his other schools. Fast forward a few years later, and sending Rory to the middle school was one of the most anxiety-filled experiences I have ever faced as a parent. I worried about everything. The bus ride, changing for gym class, moving from one class to another, using the locker, eating lunch in a crowded cafeteria, making friends, and the possibility of bullying. Middle school seems so much bigger and more complicated than elementary school, and I wondered how he would navigate all of the new challenges. Today, he never wants to miss school. He loves his teachers, enjoys learning, and always has a smile on his face when he walks through the doors. We were told he's often called the mayor of the middle school. Watching his growth has been nothing short of amazing. He went from being a non-reader to reading books independently. He discovered a love for science and math and takes pride in his academic accomplishments. He still talks about his visit to the Holocaust Museum and its connections to history. Middle school also gave him opportunities to become involved in activities he enjoys. He participated in wrestling, spring track, and even joined the high school unified bowling program. These experiences helped him build confidence, develop friendships, and feel like an important part of the school community. Throughout the years, the staff have been an important part of his life, always showing their love and support and care. Rory participates in a play sponsored by Music for Life, and his teachers were in the front row cheering him on every year. They created lasting memories by taking him on field trips to Cruckers, the movies, the Holocaust Museum, giving him opportunities to learn, have fun, and experience new things. Even during the summer, the staff remained a special part of his routine. We have to drive by Camp Ramacoy so he can wave to the security guard on his way home from his summer camp every day. Every teacher has a stack of Rory's drawings in their classrooms. These moments reflect the meaningful relationships and lasting connections he has built with the staff over the years. The fears I had at the beginning of middle school were real, but they were outweighed by the incredible progress, happiness, and success Rory achieved. We could not have done it without the incredible support of his teachers, aides, security guards, and every staff member who took the time to help him succeed. They created an environment where he felt safe, supported, and valued. Their patience, encouragement, and belief in him made all the difference. We, my husband and I, are deeply grateful for everyone who supported him along the way. Their kindness and dedication helped him thrive. And watching him grow into the confident, smiling young man he is today has been one of the greatest joys in our lives. I know we cannot mention staff members by name, but our family will be forever grateful to the staff, faculty, and administration at Suffern Middle School and the administration of Suffern Central. A very special thank you to the teachers, staff, related service providers, and especially the aides in the Foundations program who helped our Rory to grow. We look forward to Rory attending Suffern High School, and we're grateful to the PPS department and the administration for creating programs to allow him and others to flourish in our district. We are a Suffern Central family that has been in the district for generations, and we are so grateful that Rory will be able to be part of that tradition. Once a Mountie, always a Mountie. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I don't feel that I could follow that, but thank you so much for sharing. That was beautiful. My name is Judy Deutsch, and I am a honored resident in Suffern. I actually live right across the street from Cherry Lane School, and unfortunately my kids go to yeshiva, but I get to witness the beauty of the education here in Suffern. It's just incredible. I'm here today to thank, I know on a transportation note, for my boys' yeshiva, the contract for transportation was given over to the school for them to take care of. And we have different timings for two of my sons, they come different timings. And because the contract was given over, I didn't have financial headache for that or scheduling headache. I started my master's recently and it was just such a load off my head. And so we so appreciate that we didn't have to take care of that. And I know there are many other family and friends that would love that opportunity as well. So we'd just love to thank you for that. And if that could be passed forward to other yeshivas would be a huge and tremendous help. So thank you so much for all you do. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. My name is Moses Fried. I live in Suffern, New York. I reached out to Sinai from Rockland Poet, and I asked him about why there's no transportation for the UTA boys where I send my kids. And he said he tried a couple of years, reached out and to see if there's any bids open, but there's nothing open at the moment. I called up the bus administrator, and they said they're ready to bid and come in at the same price. And I'm wondering if you can look into it and see if the upcoming year, if there's any opportunities for bids to be open. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Are there any other speakers tonight? Okay. Well, thank you so much to all of our speakers. Some people are comfortable coming in and sharing very deeply personal stories about how their kids are affected by the school district, whether you're in the public schools or in the non-public schools. And we so appreciate you coming in and sharing your experiences with us. It helps us understand what is working in the Suffern schools and what isn't working. They're both really, really useful. So thank you for being here tonight and for speaking. Okay, we are now going to move to board member comments. Do any board members have any comments tonight? Yes? Okay, Mr. Shapiro. That was a, please let me speak. Okay.
Oh, why? Should I say something?
Okay, well, you think about it. Any other board members with comments tonight? No? No? Okay. Well, I just would like to say thank you so much to all of our parents, friends, guardians who help your children here in Suffern Central with their projects. None of these Night to Nourish or Eagle Scouts or period projects could happen if you didn't have support of your family who was helping you get places where you needed to and supporting you and encouraging you. And so thank you everyone for helping your child along and for participating in these great programs in the Suffern Central School District. And now we're going to go to superintendent's closing comments.
I'm looking forward to graduation next week, Thursday evening. Should be a wonderful event. It's what we all work for. And congratulations to our entire district on another very nice school year for all of us. And we look forward to welcoming in the next school year, but not too quickly. Enjoy the summer.
Okay, this is the last meeting of the 25-26 school year. Our next meeting will be Wednesday, not Tuesday, Wednesday, July 1st. That's our reorganization meeting. So if anybody wants, a little excitement before their 4th of July celebration, definitely come here for that. But thank you everyone again for being here tonight. And do I have a motion to adjourn? Mr. Frazier, second. Mrs. Hodge, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Excellent. All right. We will see everyone July 1st.